Hi everybody, I'm Cherish.
And I'm Joy.
And we're Musicals. Joy always makes me sound crazy when we do this because she's like, and we're Musicals. That'd be you.
That's what it sounds like right now.
Yeah. You'll see. No. But really, what is this? What are we doing?
A Lion King
review. Oh my god, a Lion King review. I had a brain fart. So, as you can see, we're in our Lion King gear. Do we look sporty? We're not sporty. But this shirt is really cool.
It looks like a jersey.
It does a bit. It's about as close to sports as we're gonna get. This past Friday we saw The Lion King. After 12 years, we saw it for our 16th birthday. Not on our birthday, but like it was a birthday present from my grandmother. And I'll never forget that day, specifically because one, it was a school day, and like two, we had recently, now that was on our birthday, I think. No, the day after our birthday?
Maybe
it was the day after our birthday. We had gotten our nose pierced.
Yes.
And we hadn't seen our grandmother, and I think we saw it in February.
No, we saw it in January.
It was January? It was
just a couple weeks later.
And she hadn't seen us. And so we went out to dinner and it was fine. And then like towards the end of dinner, she realized we had, a nose ring. And she like started giving us the silent treatment. It was hilarious. But by the end of the show, it was fine. She got over it. One, it was like, Lily, it wasn't even a big nose ring. It was so tiny. You literally have to like be on the side of our face, like with the nose ring in it to see. And it was our birthstone, like the garnet. It was nice. I liked it. Well, it doesn't make any sense now because we have the mask, but a nose ring would be nice. Although I had to take it out because I had surgery, and then I never put it back in, and so then my hole closed up. But maybe I could do like a faux nose ring, and then that way I don't have to commit to that again, because those are really hard at like my line of work. Like the kids are still very like in your face, and like it will be, my nose is very sensitive, so yeah. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about us seeing The Lion King again. Like I think like for a while the morale of like Broadway being back is gonna be so present, like in the audience, and so that's what I felt like when we were there. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Like literally, like people who are in the audience are like so happy to be back in the audience, and then of course because it's The Lion King, with more children, and specifically there was a little boy in front of me who I think was enjoying himself quite nicely, like during the show. I remember the intervention. He was like, well, that was really good. That was great. That was really. And he was like standing up, and I'm like, does he think it's time to go? I'm like, although I would say the first half of the show and the second half of the show feel like two different shows a little bit. You know what I mean? Like the vibes are very, very different, which makes sense because the first half of the show was like young Simba, and then the second half was like older Simba and all his like older Simba problems and whatnot. But I'm sorry, go on.
No, it was nice to see the show again. It's one of those shows where like I feel like even though it's a memorable show, like when you go back to see it, you go,
right, like you can see it again for the first time. Like, yeah.
It's very
for sure.
Yeah, it's such a good show. And I think
Circle of Life still slaps.
Yeah, I think one of the best one of the things that I noticed is that they've changed some things. I'm guessing for COVID reasons, or maybe and also just for like just to change the show reasons. Because comment if you remember seeing The Lion King where the people came down from the ceilings during King Feel the Love Tonight. There was a lot of greenery, and I could have sworn it was like aerial arts.
No, really, because it was very like symbolic of like love making, and I remember being slightly uncomfortable. Like it's like not in your face, but it's also kind of in your face. Because this was me as like a 16-year-old, so maybe like I don't know, but I was like, this time it was like less.
Yeah, like up this one and that, and also during One by One, they don't hang out in the aisles like they normally did.
Right.
With the birds swinging over. There was only like 2 birds this time, and they were like on the stage. So
exactly, yes. Specifically, remember people coming down the aisles during One by One with like the bird puppets, and like a lot of them. Because I specifically remember like back in the day being like,
I don't want to pay for that. Yeah,
like okay,
I would like to not have to pay for that. Also, they changed some things to kind of fit, what's popular now. Like instead of Zazu singing "It's a Small World," after all, he's singing "Let It Go."
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney shows tend to do that, tend to talk about each other with Disney shows. Cause don't they do that in Aladdin? Talk about
possibly.
Right. And so like anyway, it's still such a good show. I mean, like, I don't know. I think what makes the show so good is just that it was so original in how they did things. Like, I mean,
the puppetry,
and the costumes,
right,
and the movements,
the language
is just also like original,
right?
It's like we've all seen the cartoon before, but the cartoon and the Broadway show are just 2 completely different.
The music, oh my God.
It's so beautiful.
It has such great music, like that you don't even like. I'm just speaking for myself. Like I don't listen to The Lion King, like Broadway cast recording like regularly. But my goodness, when I do, I'm like, why don't I listen to it more? The music slaps so hard, especially like, older Nala's like songs like Shadowland, well, I guess that's her only song, but you get my point. Endless Night, that's like older Simba's song, like really great. He Lives in You, They Live in You. Oh my God, it's so great. Even just like the song with like no lyrics, it's just like the music.
It's just so good. It's just so
it
good.
Was good.
Like Julie Taymor went off when she directed the show. And like the costume people, it just all fits together so nicely. And I think to an extent, it's so magical. I think to that extent, that's why I don't think Frozen worked that much for me. Frozen felt like, I don't know, it just didn't feel as magical. Like they lost, like it didn't seem like they took risk.
You don't know, because Frozen seemed more like costumey, and like whereas like the Lion King seems more like the symbolic, the word I'm looking for. Like of course they're costumes, but like you're not like, you know what? They don't look like the cartoon. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like in Frozen, they look like the cartoon.
Which I guess they have to because they were humans.
Right. No, but Olaf is not.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
I guess he will have to. I guess for different reasons, the styles have to be like differently. It's like the Lion King has like the advantage of like it being set in like, set in the African country, and it could play off of those like styles and costuming and body art and whatnot. But it's I liked it.
I don't know. It just felt basic. Frozen felt basic. And the Lion King felt like innovative.
Like, are you saying there's a reason why the Lion King came back in like Frozen clothes during the pandemic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, the Lion King has been proving itself for like over 20 years now.
Yeah. At first I'm kind of like, okay, it's not gonna live up to the hype like all these years later. Like I liked it before because it was built up basically like our whole life, you know what I'm saying? But then like I'm like, no.
And the commercials.
Right, and the commercials, but no, but
it still holds up so well. It's just so damn good. And My coworker went with me, and it was her first Broadway show, and
I kind of forgot that.
She was so like enthralled with the show. Like she just loved it so much. Like I could hear her during the show. Like she's getting so excited, and she was like, "Joy, it was just so beautiful." And the girl's voice was just so nice. She was like, it was just so nice. And she was like, her husband had came too. They were talking about it, even the next day, and they was just like, it was just so beautiful. And they telling the daughter should go, to come see it. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, and I think that's what makes The Lion King is such a good first show. Because I don't see The Lion King as a children's show, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I see, it's a rated E show. It's for all ages,
mm-hmm.
but like, there's something like, I don't know. The Lion King just kind of, it touches. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It's just because you could tell like everyone just enjoys what they're doing at the Lion King. Like we were sitting next to church, and I was just like, "Did you hear the percussion, guys? They were up here, like just like living their best life, like the music." And I think it's like the music, because the music just does, like, oh my god, like I think that's just what's so good about it.
We had a female conductor, this show, which I thought was funny because, like, when you see a female conductor, you're like, oh, yeah, take her hand. But yeah,
that's so good.
And not to mention, our Simba was a cutie patootie.
And Mufasa. Mufasa was very cute.
Yeah, I wasn't really checking for Mufasa as much as I was checking for.
Yeah, and also I think anytime for me personally, just seeing a show with people that look like you is always a good thing. You know, like the representation. Like I'm just like, oh, like it's so nice. Like I don't know.
And also, our Nala that went on, she was actually the understudy for Nala,
mm-hmm.
but she's actually like South African, so
mm-hmm.
like the nuances of like her actually understanding like
the
lyrics to like like when she's like leaving and Shadow. This is not a spoiler, right?
No.
Like leaving after Scar like makes his move, and she's like, I gotta get out of here, and like so she's going, and then like Rafiki comes and like basically like gives her like a blessing. Like I'm like, and it's all in. I want to say it's in Xhosa. The blessing.
Is it in Xhosa or Zulu?
I don't know. Shidi herself is Xhosa, so I want to say it's Xhosa. I could be wrong. Anybody know? Let us know. Anyway, that she would understand it. Like she like.
Is it in Lion King Jr.?
No.
The blessing part.
Joy's making fun of me because at my old job we did the Lion King Jr. with like the children, and like I was like so excited until I realized like
all the good
like half the bops are like not there, because like it's not really fair to ask of like amateur children, you know what I'm saying? And like so Joy's making fun of me, like she knows good darn well.
I thought it was.
No, it was not.
Because Shadowland is in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe I couldn't remember.
Is Shadowland in it?
Right? Is Shadowland not in it?
No, I can't remember. I can see the child who played Nala. Did she sing Shadowland? Can't remember. Can't tell you.
Man, it's just such a good show. Now I'm like, I think I might have to make Lion King something I go see like every 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Cause it's so darn good. It's just so beautiful. It's the paint. It's the makeup. It's the costume. Like it's.
Oh my god! And our young Nala and Simba, they were
so good.
They were really good. Cause I had read somewhere that like, if they're not good, then the audience is really not gonna have a good time, because they kind of carry like they do carry the first half of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like so true. You're like, oh man, if they're not on it, you kind of be like,
yeah. And also when I think of the Lion King, I think of, I don't know if anyone in the New York area remembers. It was one young Nala who passed away from like leukemia. Does anyone remember that?
Right. Her name was
I cannot remember her name. I was at the show and I was thinking about her, and I was just
what's her name? Sydney?
I can't remember. I sadly can't remember her name.
Was it Sid?
And I just remember how the Broadway community showed up for her, you know, to get like bone marrow.
And they found the match for her, but I think unfortunately, like she ended up like rejecting it, or it came too late.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to like really actually like help her. But yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was like, oh. But then I'm thinking about it. I was like, if that was 12 years ago, I'm like, geez, how old would that girl be now? I was thinking about her.
Right.
And I was like, oh man,
she'd be a young lady.
Yeah, a little younger than us. So yeah. I was like, man.
No, Shelby.
I cannot remember.
I'm gonna say it starts with an S, but I can't remember. You're right. Yeah, I remember she was talking about, and I'm watching them do like, you know, running up the stairs, and she was saying like it hurt her, you know, running up the stairs, but she didn't say anything because she didn't want to not be able to do the show. Poor baby. Yeah.
Oh, should we do some merch?
Yeah. So, in true Cherish Joy fashion, we got some merchandise. This shirt being one. This magnet. It's a nice magnet. It's nice and heavy.
Nice and shiny.
Being another one. Look at this, guys. How could we not? How could we not?
Can you see it?
It's Mufasa. If you can't see it.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Woo, look at that. Nice sweatshirt with the winter coming up. Yes.
So,
and then we didn't get at the show, but at the flea market.
I got a bag too.
You got a bag?
$2 too.
Oh, $2 too.
Excuse me.
Bag. We ended up getting a window card that's signed by the cast, including the cutie pie Simba. His teeth were so white and like straight. He was cute. What's his name? What's his name?
Brandon
McCall. Yeah, he was cute.
It was such a good show. Yeah,
I'm trying to find his picture in case you guys don't believe me. You know what? This is not really doing it for him, this headshot, but anything else to say? Go see Lion King.
Go see the Lion King. Go see Broadway or any theater, regional, amateur. It don't care. It doesn't matter. Go see it. Bye.
Bye. End.